TIFU by accidentally showing my innocent roommate a picture of my zucchini. It happened just minutes ago and we had to gather ourselves before I could post this. So my roommate and I are pretty close. We hang out most of the time, considering we share a room in the barracks and we're in a different country than our own. Some background on her: I just found out she's a virgin the other night. While I am not so much and love to adventure with my sexuality, I'm very open about it but try and keep that personal stuff away from her, as we're pretty close but not that close. First zucchini up, I repeated something from work that I heard. Someone was venting about how he hated people from the Middle East, insert towel slur here. We had been talking about what happened in Pensacola and how tragic it is for the families of the men who lost their lives, as I was just there for school this year. Anyway, I get home and talked with my roommate and joked how I don't trust them. I use a towel band for my hair when I get out of the shower, and I got out today and was going to tell her I don't even trust myself. She ended up being out and about, so I saved the joke for when she got back because I felt like I was being clever. So skip forward to just 15 minutes ago. I wrapped my hair back up to reenact what I was previously going to show her. She ended up wheeling her chair over to show me her blanket wrapped around her head, and I just laughed because she looked like the Chiquita banana lady and proceeded to take a photo to show her. This is where the coconut up happened. I go to open my photos. My phone does this weird thing where it'll pull up the last photo I took and then it'll show the most recent photo. Well, my man and I are in a long distance relationship and I have a habit of taking photos before or after a shower. We had just had playtime over FaceTime and I took a scandalous photo of my taco and it included my coconut to send to him in the morning. My banana phone flashed that photo and my roommate was waiting to see the innocent photo of her banana lady hat and instead got an eyeful of my banana. I then proceeded to tell you weren't supposed to see that. She took it like a champ and laughed at me until she cried. I'm sure she felt more awkward than I did. Poor girl. But she really is the best roommate I've had. TL, doctor, I went to show my poor innocent roommate a photo I took of her and instead my phone glitched and she got an eyeful of my fart box. Well, technically we are also in a long distance relationship with you. Lol, phone glitch tunk. Let's just ignore the casual racism and pretend that this was an interesting story. TL, Dr. TIFU by being racist and thinking that's funny for some reason. TIFU by not closing the bedroom door all the way. Obligatory apology for mobile formatting, grammar and generally half-assed writing. I'm banging this tragedy out on break at work. Edit, also throwaway account for sexy secrets. TL doctor at the bottom. This FU happened about a week ago but didn't come to fruition till last night. My wife, 31F, and I, 28M, were blessed with the arrival of our first child this year, and life has been a whirlwind in the 9 months since he was born. Schedules are flipped on their head and life as we knew it ceased to exist. Needless to say, finding time for more baby making practice has been frustrating, and while butternut wasn't possible for her after delivering, we resorted to more adventurous methods of satisfaction. Here's where the FU begins. We had an opening about 1 week ago to go for sexy times. We had been planning a little role-play scenario in which at one point she would dom me and some spanking would take place. Don't judge, you know you like it too. Well, we went for it. The scenario was playing out as we had planned it and we were both thoroughly enjoying ourselves. I'm tied down, blindfolded and enjoying some good old paddling when our fourth and final character in this saga decided to introduce herself. The dog. A miniature husky with a mean protective streak. Unbeknownst to me, she was none too pleased with the sound of spanking and other noises coming from the bedroom, and when she nuzzled the door open and saw her worst fears confirmed, mommy savagely beating daddy, well, she just lost it. My wife handled it like a seasoned pro and moved the dog out and made sure this time that the door was closed tight. FFW to last night. My wife and I were resting in bed with the dog, baby asleep in its crib, in the baby room. We were both exhausted and ready to sleep, but with the possibility of cheesecake, twice in the span of about 1 week we decided to start with a little foreplay. Remember the dog? Well, yeah, she saw what was happening and immediately got in between the wife and I and very effectively co-blocked us. No joke. The dog would not leave my side. She would nibble my wife's hand every time she reached for me and was constantly coming up to my ear and licking it, all the while giving little warning growls to my spouse. The night ended with us rolling with laughter in the bed and playing with the dog. So in summary, we got co-blocked by the dog. I have blue balls, and I don't think the dog will ever let us have Zucchini again. TIFU by not making sure the bedroom door was shut. Not the most epic of coconut ups, but I hope you enjoyed the read. TL Doctor, the dog saw my wife spank me during coconut and now won't let us alone in the bedroom, which means we will probably never have coconuts again. The dog had Vietnam flashbacks. Bush warfare. Lamau, you traumatized that poor dog. She's so worried about you. Amazing story. Thanks, haha. We figured since she was being such a good girl, we wouldn't kick her out just to have banana. She deserved some playtime and treats. Neither of us had the heart to lock her out when she was so clearly concerned. Very funny story and I'm sure a little annoying. However, what a very good dog that is willing to protect you no matter what. Smile. TIFU by showing my Reddit to my colleague. My colleague saw my phone over my shoulder and went, someone's got a match on Tinder. It was actually a notification for Reddit, but he saw Red and assumed Tinder. He doesn't have an account, so asked what Reddit is about. I was explaining how you can follow almost anything that interests you on here, so I started scrolling and went, oh, here's a favorite of mine, r/congrats/Slykeem5. I didn't notice that directly above that post was r/big boob problems and below it was r/some advice. Of course, he noticed. But with I think I've discovered too much about you tonight. He laughed it off. Obviously I dug myself into a hole instead of just accepting it, and now my colleague has decided I must be into some really weird banana. In all honesty, I'm just rather sexually open-minded and am interested in what others find enjoyable. He did say that he could understand following big zucchini problems as his GF is always complaining about having zucchini. But yeah, didn't meet my eye the rest of the shift. I tried to show him r/sure and other wholesome things, but I kept getting, now not looking at your phone again, who knows what I'll see. Working with him again tomorrow. Dying inside. TL Doctor colleague looked at my phone over my shoulder. I tried to explain Reddit and now he thinks I'm really into kinky zucchini. If only he saw r/butt Sharpies and you had a mug full of Sharpies on your desk. That would have been perfect. Oh my god, why did I open that? It's exactly what you'd expect from the title, haha. NTA. I made the same mistake with a colleague once. I sometimes talk about classes and school when responding to people's posts on Reddit, and he was on one of them. He was weirded out afterwards, even though I was talking good things about him. He's kind of a banana for looking at your phone in the first place. I think it was just out the corner of his eye, hence why he thought it was Tinder. He's actually a super wholesome guy and lovely to work with. I don't think there was any molasse or creeping when he mentioned it. I think he was just starting a conversation. It's not his mo to be anything other than nice. Well, it sounds like you have big banana, so I can't imagine he's too turned off, lol. Probably just teasing you a bit.